Hey guys, I'm just doing a follow-up video for my recent video on my Shear-A-Sheep wool farm, and this is for if you want to change the difficulty of it, or if you think it's a little too fast as is. So if you already followed my tutorial on how to build this, when you turn it on it goes about this fast, and we'll see here. And I'll admit, it's a little too quick. You almost don't have enough time if you're standing here. You almost don't have enough time to get over and shear a sheep before they go back down. It's a little too quick. So I found a way to slow it down here. I can show that over here. This is the one that's been tuned to be a little slower. So this one gives you a lot more time when they pop up. They stay up a lot longer and then they go back down. So you have a little more time. If you're standing in the center and they pop up behind you, you could turn around and maybe be able to get them there. So yep, let me just go ahead and show you guys how to tweak yours so that you can slow it down here. So we're going to go down into our system. And we're going to go back into our area here where our on-off switch is. And we're just going to go ahead and clear out all of this stuff that's already in here. Don't worry, we will be using it all, so it's not going to waste. So just go ahead and clear this out. And then over on this side, where it's at this corner here, we're going to go ahead and extend this wall here. So you don't need to go all the way out to this edge, but just one away from it. So we just make this area, it looks like it's 5 wide here. Just clear that area out, and I'm going to go ahead and clear the make the ground look a little nicer here so it's easier to follow along in this tutorial. Okay, so I cleared up our area here. It's not necessary that you do this. I just want to make it a little easier for you to see what I'm doing while I'm doing this. So once we have our area here cleaned out of all of our old stuff, we're going to come back through and come back over to this corner here and go 2 away from this wall and put a redstone here. Put a repeater, and we're going to set that to 3. So there we go, at 3. Another redstone, a repeater at 3, whoops, 3, redstone, repeater at 3, and we're just going to go ahead and do this all the way around, each time setting that to 3. Alright, there we go. And what this is going to do is set up a looping system here that's kind of replacing our old infinite looping system. So if we go ahead and turn this on, so we're going to dig out a little area here. And let me get a little bit of lighting as well, so it's a little easier to see. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and place a switch here, and a stone button. And we can go ahead and turn this on so we can see what it does. And you can see it goes all the way around, and this will basically be how our system will be infinitely looping while the game is actually turned on. And how this is going to go into our game is we're going to have a repeater right here. And this one I can go ahead and set all the way to 4. And that's going to be going into a block here, and then going over into redstone here. And now this will be going into our game. And since we used a button to turn this on, it will use the duration of the button as how long the items will stay in the hoppers and how long the sheep will go up and down. So now we just need to be able to turn our game on and off from the surface. And this is where our old lever switch was coming in, right? So what we're going to do for this one is go ahead and clean out this area back here. And let me get some lighting in here. We're going to take this old part that we had coming down from the lever, and we're going to take it around this side of the wall, back and around, and it's going to go into a repeater here, and into a sticky piston here. And so this sticky piston is going to come out when we turn our game on, or off, from our lever up top, and we can go ahead and use a lever here so we can see what that's going to look like. So this would be if our game was on. It would still have the signal going through this block and into our game, and when we turn it off, it pulls that block away so that the signal stops coming from this and going into our system here. So once you've done all of that, you're good to go, and the only problem with this kind of system is that this always has to be on. So I'm not sure if it would ever get stuck on or off, but if you ever did find this in your world not working, or if it was stuck, all you have to do is break a piece out, wait for it to stop, place that piece back, and then go ahead and kickstart the system again with your button. And we'll go ahead and break this. We'll go up to the surface to see that it works when we hit our lever. So when we turn our game on, we should see them. There we go. They start to pop up and go back down. And this should give you a lot more time to shear them when they're up now. And if you do find this also to be a little too fast, what you can do is switch the button down here to a wooden button, because wooden buttons will actually stay pushed in even longer than stone buttons. So it will slow it down even further. So go ahead and get rid of that. We'll break this piece, wait for it to stop, put it back down again, and then you just put a wooden button and press that. And again, this is if you think it's a little too fast with the stone button. And this one, if you're going to use the wooden button, make sure you switch all these to the 4th setting here. You go ahead and break those, wait for it to stop. So yeah, if you want it to be even slower, we're going to use a wooden button. Our repeaters here are all going to be set to 4, and then we can go ahead and start the system up. Okay, so now if we go up to the surface and check it out, go ahead and switch it to daytime here. We can go ahead, turn our system off and on. You can tell that our sheep have a lot more time now that we used our wooden button setup. You'll have a lot more time to be able to shear them before they go back down. You'll have plenty of time to turn around if they happen to be behind you. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You'll use the stone button version to be a little slower than our original build, and then the wooden button to be even slower than that if it's a little too difficult still. So I hope this helps you out if you found it to be a little too difficult in the first place. And thanks for watching, guys.